Hi, I'm Rich Torrey. Welcome to another Level Up Cartooning. All you ever need to follow along with me is a pencil and paper. It doesn't get any easier than that, right? Now, before we get started, make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button as it helps this channel to grow, and hit the bell so you never miss a lesson. So lately, we've been drawing some of the early superheroes from the golden era of comic books. So far, we've drawn the Phantom, Wonder Woman, and Captain Marvel. And today, we're going to draw the man who basically launched the golden era of comic books, the Man of Steel himself, Superman. For those unfamiliar with the story, in 1933, recent high school graduates, writer Jerry Siegel and his illustrator friend Joe Shuster pitched the idea for Superman to newspaper syndicates for several years before the predecessors of DC Comics published a 13-page version of their story in what was called Action Comics #1. That edition went on to become the most valuable comic book of all time. And for the rights to Superman, Siegel and Shuster were paid $130, about $2,000 today. Yikes. Anyway, what do you say we draw that original golden era version of Superman? We're going to draw Superman step by step, giving you the secret formula to be able to draw him again and again. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I normally use the character's head to figure out how big the entire character is. In this action pose, Superman is about 7 heads tall. In other words, however tall his head is, his entire body is about 7 of those tall, not counting his raised right hand, which is about another head tall. Okay, so what do you say we get started with a roadmap for the Man of Steel? So there's our roadmap for Superman. Now before we go on to step 2, I want to give you the layout of Superman's action pose using simple shapes for those of you who want a screen grab. Just something to help you lay out your drawing. Okay, so now we're on to step 2. In this step, we do what I call roughing out the features. I want to remind you that until the third and final step, you want to draw as light as possible. You'll see that I use guidelines to help me to know where to put Superman's eyes and eyebrows, ears, nose, and mouth. We don't want those guidelines in the final drawing, so you want to draw them light enough to be able to erase them easily. Okay, so let's rough out the features for Superman. Okay, so there are the roughed out features for Superman. So now with the roadmap done and the features roughed out, it's time for that final step. In step 3, we get to have fun. We get to draw in the final details of Superman. We don't have to guess where to put things because we've already done all the hard work to figure that out. Now would be the time to take a moment and look at your Superman drawing while it's still lightly sketched out and fix or change things before you commit to drawing those final lines. But even after you begin those final lines, I want you to still be thinking about how you might improve your drawing all the way until the very end. Okay? So let's draw in the details for Superman. And that's how you do it. There you have it, from the golden era of comic books, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster's legendary Man of Steel, Superman. So how do you think you did? Understand, if you've never drawn Superman before, then you can't expect to have drawn him perfectly. You notice I don't spend time coloring Superman during this video because I want my lesson to focus solely on the drawing process. But now you have the secret formula, the process for drawing the superhero who started it all, Superman. And with that, you can draw him again and again. And by all means, color him when you're done. I promise each time you draw him, it'll be a little better and a little easier. I also promise the more you work with me, the better you're going to get at all of your cartoon characters. So I'd love to see your drawing of Superman. If you can, take a picture and post it on either Facebook or Instagram, and don't forget to include the hashtag #LevelUpCartooning. I hope you're having as much fun as I am taking a crack at these golden era of comic book superheroes. Remember to subscribe, and thanks for joining me. Until next time, keep drawing, my friends.